Hello everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing the book Lilac Girls by Marta Hall Kelly. And to start off, I do want to say that in the past I've started adding music to my videos, to make it something different. But this time I won't be adding music because I kind of feel that it's kind of disrespectful and not cool to do it for this particular topic because this is such a dark and somber subject matter. So I won't be adding music because I just feel weird and not right talking about this horrible, horrendous subject matter and then adding a catchy pop song in the background. So I will not be adding music this time around. I will probably be adding the book cover, and that will be it. So, I will not be adding music this time around. So, this book is a novel about World War II, and it documents or tells the story of 3 women. 2 of them were real people. I found out from the author's note. 2 of them were real people, and then the other one was based off of a real person, but a different name, and I believe the town was the same, if I remember correctly. So the first character is Kasia, and she is from Poland, and she is living her life, and then Hitler came in and invaded Poland in 1939, and her world is turned upside down. She ends up working for what they call the underground to try and rescue Jews who are being taken and try to protect people at risk to herself, and she's only 16 at the time, and so she has to grow up really fast, and she does tragically get thrown into a concentration camp, which was really difficult for me to read and / listen to, and and it was just tragic what happened, and I've read other books about this, but something about this really I'm still thinking about it, I guess it resonated with me, and her mother and her sister, and they get thrown into a concentration camp, Ravensbrück, the only concentration camp for women, and it, that, the stuff that happened in there, I'm still thinking about it, and it's been a little while now that I finished this book, and it's still resonating with me, I guess, and lingering, and, so that's one story. Now, the second person, was a real person, Caroline Faraday, who lived in New York, and she really helped people that did not, other people forgot about, and she was high in New York society, but she kind of sees in the book, she sees the frivolity, you know, like they would have a certain cause, you know, but it was their excuse to throw a lavish lifestyle, throw a lavish party when people were just suffering, you know. And she's like, there's a point in the book where something happens, and she said, you know what, I'm done with it. These people are frivolous when there's so much stuff to go, there's so much stuff going on. And there's a little bit of romance in this part, which I liked, and that part was made up, but I just thought that was interesting. I liked that part of it, the kind of ups and downs of that, and I just thought it was really cool to see at the author's note she was a real person. I just thought that was kind of cool because I thought it was all made, like, I thought it was all made up. Like, not, I mean, you know, I thought the person was not a real person, so, like, this particular person was a real person, and I didn't know that until I read the author's note. And the third person was a real person, and if I'm pronouncing this person's name wrong, I really do apologize. And if you speak German, like a native speaker of German, or if you're learning German, and I pronounce this person's name wrong, I do apologize. Or if I did an okay job, please let me know in the comment section below. Herta Oberheiser, and she wants to become a doctor, and she specialized in surgery, but in those days, you know, women were not surgeons. She worked at a dermatology clinic, you know, that's what women did, you know, help women with their skin, but she couldn't really get into the whole of dermatology. I mean, surgery like she wanted to, and she ends up at Ravensbrück concentration camp for women, and because she can't find a job anywhere else, you know, because she's not a man, and she was like, well, what do I do? You know, I'm all the way here. You know, I can't just go home and do what, you know, because she spent all that time to be a doctor. She spent years and money to become a doctor, and she doesn't really know what to do, and she ends up staying, and her story is really interesting. There's a lot of twists and turns with her, and there are times that, you know, I did feel sorry for her, but after a certain point, you know, I was like, no, I don't feel sorry for you anymore, you know, because the stuff that happened in this book and she was a real person, and I don't feel sorry. I didn't feel sorry for her after a certain part, because I thought, you know, she was, I believe she was, if I remember correctly, I believe she was born in 1914, and so she was just told all this crap about the non-Aryan race, you know, and fed this crap by Hitler and his underlings, and and so at that point I was like, she's just been so indoctrinated. But then after a certain point, I I didn't feel sorry for her. And so I that's just me. So that's kind of what the book is about without giving too much away. There's a lot of twists and turns which I liked. Because there's a lot of twists and turns which I wasn't really expecting. And that was really kind of interesting. And there's a little bit of mystery involved in Kasha's story, which I also really liked. And the descriptions were really good. There is a lot of horrendous stuff. So maybe for younger readers, or maybe more squeamish readers, maybe, I don't know, I wouldn't say don't read it, but just kind of more brace yourself more, because it does get very graphic, which is, I like, because that's how it was. It was disgusting what took place. And it was just horrendous. And with the concentration camps. And I also liked, again, I really liked how they were drawn together in some way. And I was even amazed, I was even kind of surprised, because you kind of knew from the blurb that it was going to happen, but you didn't know how. And it was just really cool to see that, and I liked it a lot. And I liked how my feelings could change, especially with Hatter. If I'm pronouncing that name wrong again, I'm really sorry. I liked how my feelings could change with her. At first, I kind of felt sorry for her, but then I didn't when it got deeper into the story, and especially how it turned out. I didn't feel sorry for her, and so I loved how that could change, and I've never really felt that way before in a novel that I can really remember, where it really resonated with me like that. Now, there are some things I did not like about the book, and one of it was being, there were parts of it that were very cliffhangery. And what I mean by that is, you might be reading something about Kasha, and then it would cliffhang you, and then it would go on maybe to Caroline, and stay on Caroline for a little bit, for a good chunk of time, with the chapters about Caroline, and then go back to Kasha. And there was one part, a horrible thing that happened with Herta, and then it started, and then it stopped, and they stopped, and it was kind of a cliffhanger, and then it kept alternating between Kasha and Caroline, and you're like, wait, is Hata not here anymore? And that part was like crazy for me because, I wanted to know what happened. And since I was reading this or listening to this on audio, it was like watching a drama. When you watch a drama and you want to know what happens. And so there were times that it was very cliffhangery, and then it would be like kind of teasery, and then it would go back to where the last cliffhanger was. And that kind of drove me kind of crazy. But other than that, it was a really good read. She did her research very thoroughly. She talked to people, and she really put her heart, Marta Hall Kelly really put her heart and soul into this book, and it shows. And I can understand why this was on the bestseller list, because I really didn't think, to be honest, I really didn't think I would have this much, I guess, passion for a book like this. I just thought, oh, it's on the bestseller list, I'm going to read this because it's on the bestseller list and review it. And this really resonated with me, and I like this book. This is one of my favorite books now, I believe. And so that's all for this particular book. Like I said, I will not be adding music to it. I'm just going to add the book cover and then add this little review, because I just feel it would be kind of disrespectful to add music. So please like, subscribe, and share. Talk about it in the comments section. If you've read about this particular time period. I love talking to you guys. Talk about it in the comment section, and share this video, please. This is one of my favorite books now, so please share this video on social media. So please, that's all that I have to say about this particular book. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.